Nearly 500,000 steel and engineering workers are striking from today as wage talks go nowhere for now. Metal Workers Union Numsa is leading the stairway amid demands for an 8% salary increase at some 9,000 companies across the country. Employers are offering just more than half of that, and the initial ask, though, was for 15%. Numsa's accused employers of failing to reward workers for the sacrifices they made during the pandemic. A series of marches are planned in 5 provinces for the legally protected strike today.
Heidi Giokos is on the ground for us monitoring that strike. Heidi, what's the situation on the ground right now?
I must tell you, I have not seen so many people at a strike since pre-pandemic levels. We are seeing a large number of people arriving here at the meeting point at Mary Fitzgerald Square here in Johannesburg. I'm going to ask Shahid to just give you a sense of the people that have arrived here. It seems as though buses are still arriving before they head over to the offices of the Metal and Engineering Industries Bargaining Council. This is because there's a deadlock between the employer associations as well as Numsa. We understand that this is a protected strike and it's affecting over 430,000 workers. We understand that Numsa is asking for an 8% salary increase for the first year, this year specifically, and then CPI 2% for second and third year. So the demands have been put on the table, and unfortunately there has been a deadlock between the Bargaining Council as well as Numsa, and this is why Numsa has decided to embark on this national protected strike that's going to be across 5 provinces, the Western Cape, Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, the Northern Cape as well as Gauteng. It seems as though they are bringing in the numbers. Many people were predicting that people would not turn up for this strike, but because it is protected, it seems as though workers seem a lot more at ease to come out and strike and hand over their demands to the Bargaining Council a little later on.
Heidi, what could a strike like this do to the industry?
There are major ramifications for a strike like this, and the reason for this is because just looking at where economic recovery is at the moment because of the pandemic, but also because the steel and engineering sector has not been doing too well, even pre-pandemic. We know that it's an industry and a sector that has been struggling due to cheap imports coming in from other countries like China, and it's an industry that has been suffering and now exacerbated by COVID-19. The Bargaining Council is saying that this could possibly cripple the industry even further, and there's a huge concern that the strike will do that, as it's across all 5 provinces and it's impacting about 430,000 workers. Of course, the various employers that are going to be impacted by the strike have indicated that they've put in contingency measures and plans to try and soften what the strike could possibly do today and until an agreement has been met between the unions and the employers. So it's a huge concern, and Numsa, of course, has been accused of threatening the possibility of a good economic recovery, especially for this industry. But Numsa is saying they aren't concerned about that. They feel as though the employers have been selfish because they have not been able to give this 8% increase that they are asking for, and it's only fair that they do so. So it will be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of days and how the Bargaining Council decides to take on this 8% increase as workers march to the Bargaining Council's head office to hand over their memorandums a little later on.
Well, Heidi, we will keep in touch with you throughout the day. Heidi Giokos in Johannesburg, where Numsa began its national strike today. Almost 430,000 workers expected to go on strike.